Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to create a space of healing and support that hopefully supports and resonates with you. So welcome. I want to send out a big extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light members, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. So I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia, where it is Saturday the 23rd of September here, and it's exactly 9:09 a.m. I was all set up outside. It's so nice outside, but then the neighbour came out to chop wood and turn music up loud, so I had to relocate. So I trust that I'm in the right place, even though I would have I intended and hoped that we could sit outside today, but maybe next time. Hi Lynn, welcome. So it's a bit of a special connection today. I'm introducing you, in fact I haven't even played it yet myself, my new drum, Higher Being I've called it. So I'm going to be playing this, and it is the equinox today. So equinox is great for bringing things into balance and helping inspire and promote stability as things come back into balance again. So hopefully you might feel a bit of that as we connect today. Hello Marianne. So my plan is to be here for about 20 minutes, give or take 5 minutes on either side. I'll be using my healing energy cards. I've got 2 decks here combined. That's my brand new latest deck, Healing Energy Cards Deck 2, combined with my upgraded Healing Energy Cards Deck 1. So there's 110 cards in this deck, and I love it. I'm going to pull a card from here in just a moment and see what I need to talk about today, and then I'll do some drumming, and then I'll pull a card to go. Simple. So what I'm going to talk about in between is anyone's guess. So I trust you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared supports you at this time. So I recommend that you take on board what feels right and what resonates and what fits into your life at this time, and let the rest go, and just allow this to be a guide only. So hopefully you feel a little more support, a little more connected, a little more stable or balanced during and after the time that we spend together today. Even if you feel that a little bit, then that's good, a good thing. So I'm looking for the best card for the majority of us. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. So I'm looking for the best card that the majority of us need now as we move into this time of healing, time of support. Oops. And the best card that the majority of us need right now is this from Healing Energy Cards Deck 1. And it's this Self-Love card 7. So this card is in the rest category. And down here it says, spend time in reflection, silence or solitude to help you connect or reconnect with who you are. Make time to ground, meditate or create. Support and love. So this is very much about doing something, or even just, it doesn't even necessarily mean doing. Sometimes it's thinking more favourably about ourselves, or thinking in a way that supports us, because often even just our thoughts or the words that we say can be very lowering, very full of self-doubt potentially, or energies that pull us down. So have you been thinking or speaking about yourself in a negative way? So you could support yourself today at this time by really paying attention to what you're thinking and what you're saying, and make sure that you're speaking and thinking favourably of yourself, and encouraging and reassuring yourself that you can get through this, that you are capable of doing this, and whatever else it is that you might need to reassure yourself with. So self-love or self-care requires mental and verbal support as well. So just making time to do something that we enjoy doing is not really enough in my opinion. So in fact, sometimes it's just a band-aid measure, is to go out and say, right, I'm going out for a coffee and I'm doing something for me. But then the whole time maybe we're thinking badly about ourselves, or thinking in a way that takes our power away. So I think one of the key foundations of self-love is to really pay attention to our thoughts and our words and make sure these are reflecting the support that we need and the support that we need to offer ourselves in regards to self-love or self-care. So then once we get that sorted out too, then we can also allow a bit of time that then is like the cherry on the top, I suppose, allow some time to do something that supports us, and hopefully create a life where we are supporting ourselves more mentally and verbally, and we may not need to take a vacation from our life so often, because we are sort of maintaining maintaining the support that we need. So be careful too if you're looking for support from others, or you're expecting it to come and it's not coming, because that can lead to disappointment. Expectations lead to disappointment. So anytime you feel, or I find that I feel disappointed, it means I've had some unrealistic expectation attached to a person, or attached to the situation, or even attached to myself, that I'm expecting something to turn out a certain way, or I'm expecting some type of something from a certain person that doesn't come. And then the energy drops and suddenly disappointment sets in and we feel disempowered and small. So be careful if you're waiting for others to fulfill what you need as well in your life, and see if you can offer that to yourself through your thoughts, through your words, and through your actions. So self-love is our card for now as we prepare to move into drumming time. So this is, there's something just really special about this. This used to be a meditation or a visualization I used to take myself to often. I don't really do that as much now, but I ended up creating this artwork around it. But I used to imagine myself sitting here beside this big gum tree. I love trees. And sitting on the bank here, overlooking the bay, and I'd be painting the view, and this would just be my quiet place to go to in my mind, that I'd visualize myself there. And I'd take myself there and I'd bring the place to life through my visualization and imagination. And then one day when I did this, it's like the sky turned into a ceiling, and this pair of golden energy hands came down from the sky, from the ceiling, and scooped me up into this other world, and it carried me into this other world here that had a lot of buildings, very dome-shaped, white, but sort of translucent as well, these buildings. And I was led to this one particular building that felt a bit like a hall, and I was led in there, and in there I just, there was like a bed or a couch, a place for me to lay, and I laid there, and it's like the top of the building just filled, all this energy came down and just filled me up with love. Love and love. It just was quite incredible. And then when that time came to end, I was back in this scene and then back. So it was quite beautiful, so much so it left an impact on me to create this artwork and ultimately this card. So this is about, what can you offer yourself? And it might be helpful for you to really think about what you need. What do you need right now? What do you need from others? What do you need from yourself? What do you need in your life? And once you notice what you need and recognize that, then you can take some steps to figure out how you can offer yourself what you need. Whether it is time, whether it is resources of some sort, whether it is a break, or whatever, some time in nature, whatever it might be that you need, establish what that is first. And then it's much easier to offer yourself that, because if we're not clear about what we need, how can we offer ourselves the self-love or the support or whatever it is that we do need if we don't know what it is? So clarity can be very, very helpful. So I'm going to play the drum. And what I suggest that you do is, if this self-love card and this energy that I'm talking about, if this resonates and speaks to you personally, then I'd be taking some big deep breaths and letting yourself soak up the love and the energy and the support that you need from the drum, but also from your breath, from your body, from wherever it is that you sit or wherever you are right now. What can you offer yourself? And maybe offering yourself this time is a great start at the very least. So just listen to the drum. There's nothing you can do wrong. Just listen and let the sound of the drum hold you and support you. Think of it as like a rhythm, like a beating heart, like when you were in your mother's womb, and that sense of heartbeat that I'm sure kind of vibrated through the fetus as we were growing. But it's a real primal thing, this drum beat, and I really feel like it takes us back to that reassuring beat of our mother's heart while we were growing and forming in those very early stages. So if there's something else more pressing that you need, more important, then please request it, ask it of the drum as you listen. So this is the higher being drum, and I've just released her on the website too if she speaks to you. So this is someone's higher self is the feeling here, but I've called her higher being Shata. So take a nice big breath, and I trust you enjoy this drumming time for you. Wow. Okay, so what I've been feeling while I was drumming there is really strong energy that really sits deeply in the heart. And the interesting thing with this drum, because I haven't played it before, is that it seems to have like these undertones. So there's like 3 or probably more of these notes, of these sounds that are coming through, especially in various parts of the drum, which is really special. So if she speaks to you, she's on the website now, just added. And the photos don't really do it justice. There's so much depth of colour in there. So beautiful. I trust you enjoyed the drum, and that the drum supported you and held you and helped maybe bring to the forefront a strength that you've got. Maybe you're not as weak and as small as you think you are. And this is like that mental energy I was talking about around self-love. Maybe, what if you could let go of those small thoughts about yourself that take your power away, that make you feel small and weak? And what if you could give rise to your strength, to a confidence, to a reassurance within you that you're doing okay, that you're doing your best? And how can we expect to do more than our best? Are you doing your best? Are you living your life as fully and as deeply and as passionately as you can and as you're able to at this time? Are you being less than what you could be? And if you are, then what can you do to awaken that part within you again? And it's not necessarily about what you're doing physically. It's probably, at least it feels to me now, that a big part of it is mental and verbal. How much are your mind thoughts and your words that you say keeping you small and weak and limited and powerless? And how much of what your thoughts and your words that you say are empowering you and reassuring you and supporting you? So it feels to be like a shift, and this is probably one of the best gifts we could offer ourselves. Not flowers, not time, doing things, but if we could give ourselves the gift of a supportive mind and supportive words that don't attack, where we're not attacking ourselves, where we can support and be there for us, then that is probably one of the biggest, best gifts we could give ourselves. And this is all focused around our card, which is self-love. So there is a grounding to this, there's a practicality, but I really can't help but feel that there's a strong link here with the state of our mind and the words that we're saying and how much they match or attack who we are. So can you stop thinking the worst about yourself today? Can you stop speaking the worst about yourself today? Can you start really turning your thoughts and your words around to empower and support you? You know, we're the one person that's going to be here with us our entire life, from the moment we take our first breath to the moment we take our last. We are the ones that walk by our side that whole distance. So let's stop with the attack. Let's stop taking our own power away. There's plenty of things in life that do those things. So if we can at least be there to support ourselves, we might find that very valuable. So see how you go. And sometimes it is, in fact, often it's habit breaking, because we get in the habit of saying cruel things about ourselves, and we get into the habit of thinking badly about ourselves. So we almost need to break the habit and start replacing those more negative thoughts and words with something more supportive and healthy. I ask myself, is this thought or this thing that I'm saying about myself, is it healthy and supportive for me? No? Okay, I need to replace it with something more supportive and healthy for me. So I trust this supports you. Thank you. I'm going to pull a card to go. So thank you for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this connection, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment. Please share if you're inspired to. And if you'd like to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. So some big things I've got coming up well, my studio is opening in November here in Campbelltown, Tasmania. So I have a series of workshops and my big grand opening on the 11th and 12th of November. So if you're in the area or if you're visiting, then please have a look on my website. That's leannepeters.com. I'm also doing I'm going to teach you how to make your own concrete pavers on the 7th of October here as well, while I finish off my sculpture garden. So if you're in the area and you'd like to do that, then please visit my ceramics website, leannepeters.com. If you'd like to learn more about my cards, if you'd like to grab the drum or learn more about it, or learn more about the work I do here at Temple of Balance, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. Okay, let's grab a card to go. So I'm looking for the best card that represents what's next. What's next for us as we move forward from here, but what can we apply to what's come up already? It's because it's going to be related. How can we apply that change in our life when we turn this off and we go back into our everyday life? How can we let this and whatever has stood out for us impact and shift and improve our life and our relationship with it? So that's the card I'm looking for. So the best card for what's next for the next 24-ish hours is this card from Healing Energy Cards Deck 2, my new baby. This is interesting because this is the card that jumped out earlier when I first started, and it's card 103. The runway is clear. It's in neutral, so it's in center. And down here it says, the way is clear. All that needs to be done is done. A new arrival. Everything is on track. Manifestation, walk ahead, celebrate, and a job well done, or a job done well. So the way is clear, the runway is clear, the table is set, the room is ready. What needs to be done is done. So this is reminding us that, sometimes in fact, a lot of the time we're in preparation mode, but actually maybe we're more ready than we realize. So this is saying or suggesting that things are sorted out, things are resolved, things are clear, things are complete, the table is set, and we are ready now, awaiting for the arrival of whatever's coming into our life, whether it be a person or a new situation or a change or an improvement that we're ready for. It could be maybe you, because relating to the other card, maybe you've been wanting a more substantial and tangible, a more real and practical way of connecting with yourself. Maybe self-love doesn't cut it for you. Self-love doesn't really cut it for me, let's say. Self-love and just doing something, going out for a coffee, not that I drink coffee, but doing anything like that doesn't satisfy me in regards to my relationship with myself. That's not enough. So physically doing that is like an extra on me treating myself kindly and me speaking and thinking supportively about myself. That's where my self-love starts. In fact, that's the real core, the foundation. In fact, if it was a pyramid, it's 3/4 of the pyramid for me. And the other quarter would probably be the time I allow, that I need to make time for me, sure, but not 24/7. I've got jobs to do. I've got responsibilities and duties to fulfill. I've got people to connect with. I've got things to create and make. I've got a life to live. And living my life doesn't revolve around me and doing things and self-loving myself 24/7 of a day. To me, it's more about thinking and speaking and doing things in a way that's more supportive for me. That's where my self-love is. It's not some fantasy land of doing nothing but self-indulging all day long. That's not self-love. That's superficial, and that in fact is being self-centered. So maybe we're more ready than we realize to really explore our self-love or our self-care or how we connect, our relationship with ourselves ultimately. Maybe we're more ready than we realize. Maybe things are lined up And now maybe this video's come to you at the right time where you can really think about this relationship you have with yourself in a more practical and real sense. And one that's not an escape from the world, but one that actually, when you connect and you're in a clear and supportive relationship with yourself, where you're involved with your world, you're involved with your relationships, from your children, your family, your extended family, your friends, your intimate relationship, the things that you do and create, your obligations and duties in life, you're involved with that. That is self-love. That is self-connection. When you're involving yourself in your life. When you're trying to escape from your life and be self-love and lay around and indulge yourself as often as you can, and any task that you do is taking you away from yourself, that is not living to me. So this is suggesting that things are clear, things are ready. What needs to be done is done, and basically we're ready now to take our connection and our relationship with ourselves, which is ultimately with our life, to a new, deeper level, a more serious level now. I feel like we're being called for this. So let's walk ahead. Let's manifest this version of ourselves and our relationship with our life and ourself, which is pretty much the same thing. Let's manifest that as best as we can. So the runway is clear, and we're ready. We're ready for this. So thanks so much for connecting. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I look forward to connecting with you again sometime in the future. So take care. Bye for now.